Cooper, good to see you again, buddy.
Good to see you, brother.
I was looking at this picture behind. I had to do a photo shoot today, which is why I'm like 4 minutes late to my own house. You have to do a lot of these? Do you like the photo shoots?
I don't like the photo shoots.
Me either, hate
I
them.
like video shoots. I don't like photo shoots.
Like, we had to shoot a group one today with the whole show. The problem with photo shoots is if there's more than 3 people, everybody's face has got to be exactly right. These idiots will not stop tickling each other like they've never been in front of a camera before. which I'm like, just take the picture. And they were like, well, these guys won't stop talking in the background.
These guys won't stop tickling each other.
That's my, and I'm running hot out of that photo shoot. Yeah, I don't like photo shoots. And now with AI, like, what's the need?
Yeah, exactly.
What's the need? Let's
Photoshop and AI?
AI me up. I don't need to be there. Make me look skinnier. Everything good with you?
Dude,
You
life
look
is
good.
good, man. You look good.
Yeah, well, I have makeup on. That's why I've been in a photo shoot.
Oh,
Yeah.
no flaws.
Yeah, what's up with you? Like, what's happening with your life?
Dude, on the road,
Yeah, a lot.
writing a lot, playing a lot,
How many?
doing the whole thing.
Are you? How many weekends this year do you know that you have?
We'll probably end up doing about 100 shows. Yeah, pretty heavy from like February to November.
Yeah.
There's some off weekends, but mostly on.
And how's your dad?
Dad's the man. Yeah,
your dad
golf
is the
game's
man.
still rocking. He was just here this past weekend. He was
Really?
eating up the CMA Fest.
That's cool. I saw that Take Forever did really well over on Satellite. That's got to be cool, right?
Dude, it did. It was my first, my first #1 song on anything.
No,
It was my
it
first
is.
big moment. So
Absolutely.
it was pretty sick.
It is what it is.
Yeah, and it's my wife's song, so it's like that's
What do you
even
mean?
better.
You wrote it.
Wrote it for her. Yeah, so
Okay.
like Hallie's my wife's name, so it's Take Forever parentheses Hallie's song, and I wrote it for our wedding. It was like a surprise, at the wedding reception. And
Did you do a wedding version as well? Because sometimes, or do you have one that you'd bust out? Because some, they do the old remix, but like the wedding version.
yeah, the song is like so wedding version as is. Like we didn't even need to do a wedding version because it just kind of sounds like a
Oh,
wedding
you can
version.
still wedding it up. I'm sure you can
we could
still.
we could still strings in there a
Yeah,
little
for
bit.
a few more streams, I'm sure you could harp that thing up a little
Yeah.
bit.
We'll wait till the 1-year anniversary. We're just going to ride out the wedding for as long as we possibly can.
How long have you been married?
It was September of last year. So what's that, 8 months, 9 months?
Yeah, because when I was with you, you weren't married yet.
No.
Dang.
Yeah.
Is life any different at all since you've been married? I've been married almost 3 years, so I'm a little ahead of you. But is life any different now?
Dude, it's better for sure. I mean, we already lived together. So it was like not a huge change. But I don't know. It's pretty awesome getting to walk around and say like, that's my wife. That's cool.
How'd you meet her?
We grew up together.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. But we didn't date till college. We dated like senior year of college. We were, friends all through high school and all that stuff.
So you knew each other in high school, but we went to the same college or different colleges nearby?
So I went to Carolina. She went to State. So like 30 minutes down the road.
Oh, let me tell you. Here's the thing about those two schools. And I'll throw Duke in there too.
Don't even say the D word, but
Well, so when I go to, if I'm anywhere near the Triangle, if I'm in Durham, and I played Durham Theater a bunch of times, if I mention any of the 3, the other 2 lose their crap.
yeah.
Even the NC State folks. They
Dude,
start yelling stuff.
State hates us
Yeah.
more than I've ever seen anybody hate anything. And I hate State. I hate Duke a lot. But like State fans cannot stand us.
It's a little man syndrome. It's why we at Arkansas hate Texas so much.
I didn't say it. You did.
No, it's exactly what it is because I have it in sports. Like, we hate Texas. Why? Because Texas is bigger. They've had more success.
Yeah.
They have more money. So we're like, we hate freaking Texas. It's why State hates you, and it's why, let's be honest, why you hate Duke.
No.
Let's be honest.
We got
Also
more
why-
championships, bro.
Okay, but I'm just
We
saying.
retired Coach K twice.
That is funny. You did.
Yeah.
You did. You play basketball, did you?
I played in high school.
Yeah, were you good? Because you're pretty tall. What are you?
6'4". So I was like, yes, I'm tall. And I was one of the tallest guys on my team. But we were playing guys that were like, we were playing like Theo Pinson and Harry Giles. And, we played in this ridiculous independent schools league. And so I would just like get my ass kicked every single time. And that's, I was just getting dunked on all the time. Playing guitar is a little more fun.
When did you start to play music? Or when did you start caring about music other than just listening to it?
I started playing guitar in 6th grade.
Why? Did someone give you one? Or were you like, I need one of those?
I was playing the trumpet. That was like my first instrument because I was like heavy into disco, Casey and the Sunshine Band, ABBA.
Are you being
stuff.
serious?
I'm being dead ass.
Okay, who then was around you to expose you to that in 6th grade?
So I think I saw Mamma Mia when I was in like third grade.
Okay, that's enough of a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
I got hooked on that stuff.
Yeah.
And then got into more of the disco scene. Then my brothers were like, dude, you gotta stop playing the trumpet. It's just, there's nothing cool about it.
Did you learn to read music to the point where it still is beneficial to you?
Not to where it's still beneficial. I could read a little bit because you have to, I guess, play the trumpet. But then when I started playing guitar, it was all, I learned by ear, from my teacher. He just said, what songs do you want to play? And I'd give him a list of whatever. He taught me those songs.
Mamma Mia.
Of course.
Mamma Mia.
Have you heard ABBA's Greatest Hits?
What did you want to play then when you picked up the guitar? Why? Because you were at trumpet because something inspired you. So what then was the new musical inspiration that made you pivot instruments?
Dude, we got Guitar Hero on the PlayStation 2. Yeah. Guitar Hero 2. And it was just like, it opened me up to a whole world of like frickin' rock music.
Good for you for learning the guitar as you played Guitar Hero. I have so many friends that excelled at Guitar Hero. And if they would have just put half the time into learning the guitar that they learned playing the hardest level of Guitar Hero, they would be a freaking good guitar player.
Yeah.
But instead they mastered a video game that now they don't even play anymore.
Dude, I will take this to my grave. Playing Through the Fire and Flames on Expert on Guitar Hero is harder than anything on the electric guitar you can play.
My wife is younger than I am. How old are you?
28.
Okay, my wife is 31. And so she will sing songs that are from like 60s and 70s classic rock that I knew because I listened to the oldie station growing up. Or she'll sing like some of the 90s alternative stuff. And I'm like, you don't know this song? And she's like, no, Guitar Hero.
Yeah.
Or Rock Band. She would play guitar and sing, and like her dad would play the drums. Like,
dude,
that was such an introduction to music. It's funny, that's what really got you into rock music.
My favorite was the tambourine in Rock Band. If you were the singer, you also got to play the tambourine, and so you're just like wailing on this mic.
Was it on those, did you need to hit it with the same rhythm? Was the tambourine?
Yeah, and there were like different levels of tambourine expertise, and like cowbell. So like Mississippi Queen also had the hit the mic. It's impressive stuff.
When you go and say, I want a guitar, who'd you tell that to?
My dad. And so I was like 6th grade when I told him my first guitar I got for Christmas that year. It was a Les Paul Jr.
Did you stop playing trumpet at that time? Did you just go one to the other?
I think I did stop. I remember the day I quit band. I think it was in 6th grade. Big drama at the middle school, but it was time.
Yeah, I heard.
Yeah.
I heard the stories when you quit band.
I know.
They call it the day the music died in North Carolina.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Green sleeves will never be the
same. When do you realize that maybe you want to do music like as like bigger than just being a hobby?
I mean, I started my band in 8th grade,
What was it
and
called?
so we were called Below the Line.
That's actually kind of cool for an 8th grade band.
Not to be confused with Blowing the Line. There was a little bit of controversy there.
I never heard of that band.
Well, just I think the Coke reference, right? Yeah.
I don't know Coke references, so
well, neither do I.
Okay. There you go.
I thought I'd sound cool for a second.
Yeah. I am not, so I don't know anything about cocaine. However, I think that's a pretty cool name for a group of 8th graders.
I know.
Usually it's like Willie's Giblet, and you're like, yeah, that name sucked.
Yeah.
That's a pretty good one.
Yeah. Not bad. So it was below the Mason-Dixon line because, we're country.
Got it.
Of course. And we played, dude, all kinds of stuff. We played a little bit of country, but it was mostly like, it was Hootie, it was Five for Fighting, Tom Petty. Like, we took a little while to get to the full country band.
Were you the singer as well?
I was. Singer, and I played guitar until we hired another guitar player. I was lead guitar for way too long.
When did you realize you could sing, and did you start singing before you actually could sing?
I did like choir and chorus and all that stuff. And I mean, you can look back at some 8th grade videos of me, and it's terrible. But I could at least like hold some sort of tune. You could tell there was something there a little bit.
Did you go through the whole voice puberty change?
Oh, of course.
Was it obvious while it was happening? If you're a singer,
yeah.
Was there a stage where you're like, change?
Yeah. It was kind of 8th grade was prime voice cracks, and then you go through the phase of like, I want to sound like Hootie and the Blowfish, and so I'm not really going to enunciate the words, and it's really cool when he does it. It's not very cool when I do it. We went through a lot of phases.
And how did you find 3 or 4 other guys in your town that wanted to play the other instruments?
One guy played drums in the band, like, marching band, not marching band, but school band. And the other played the bass and the keyboard. So he would switch off between bass and keys. And we just all went to the same school.
Who was the leader of the band? It got the group together. Was it you?
We practiced at my house.
Were you the below the line leader? Like, hey, well, I want to start a band. Let's get together and do this.
Yeah, I mean, sort of. It was all, everybody was pretty stoked about it. But I mean, I probably cared a little bit more.
Somebody's got to string the band. Somebody's got to have the idea of let's start a band.
Yeah. I don't want to take too much credit, but yes, it was.
Is there credit to take? I mean, below the line, not really a thing anymore, right? Unless you guys get back together, I'll go to that show. Reunion.
We had some damn good years, let me tell you.
I am to pause for a moment. You do some Fight for Fighting?
We didn't even play that one. We played The Riddle, which is a kind of a deep cut hit.
You didn't do Superman?
No.
Or whatever that song was?
No, I couldn't sing that high then. My falsetto was not developed.
And how long was Below the Line a band?
Until my junior year in college.
What was
so actually a pretty long time.
Was the Rift a girl?
No riffs. We just I knew I wanted to do it, try to do the real thing and try to make it or whatever. And they all kind of wanted to be smart and do real jobs.
What music was in your house played by your parents?
Oh, my dad loved classic rock. My mom loved Kenny Chesney, loved Hootie, all that stuff. My brothers were really into Third Eye Blind and J.J. Grey, Mofro back when they were taking off, and some jam bands and OAR and all that stuff. So I kind of got the full scope.
And what did you gravitate to as your favorite band? Like in college, what would your top three favorite bands would have been?
So probably by college, it was Kenny, Kid Rock. He's been my favorite since 8th grade. And then probably I don't know, Eminem.
Yeah. Okay, that's pretty typical.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you had digital music, so that makes sense.
Yeah.
Meaning, I got digital music. I was luckily the first generation that got Napster, but anybody older than me was no, if you're a country fan, you listen to only country.
Yeah.
No, if you're a hip-hop fan, it's only hip-hop, which there's still a little bit of that remains kind of in the culture of music, and it's slowly going away because the executives are starting to be younger, obviously, and they grew up. But, for a long time, you could only be one thing or another.
Yeah.
And that's why, because you really were just one thing or another. There wasn't the ability to have all these influences musically. Did you want to rap?
I'd be lying if I said it didn't cross my mind at all. Then I tried to rap, and it was pretty clear.
What do you mean you tried?
We would try live a little bit, and it just.
I bet I've seen you on TikTok rap stuff.
Now I've got it to where I can do it enough to get by if I need to do it. But most of the shit I say is just kind of cheesy. But that's king of cheese over here. That's what I do.
When you go to college, are you looking for other band members to create another band, or are you thinking you're going to play shows by yourself?
So college, by the time I got to college, we had added some pieces to the band, changed some stuff around, brought in some other guys. So we had evolved a bit as a band.
Was it just you though from the original?
It was me and bass keyboard player. We played all through college together. He's still one of my best friends. And we just kind of found guys that wanted to play and play a little bit more. So that's when we kind of started to tighten up a little bit.
Was that your identity in college, the music guy?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, the girls didn't really think it was as cool as I thought they might, but it was cool.
It's never cool with girls until it's really cool with girls.
Yeah.
Whenever there's something about it that makes it special. Because if you're just crappy, you can be crappy at anything. You just happen to be crappy at music.
Exactly.
But when there's it starts to be special, it doesn't even matter what it is. It can be boxing. It could be music. It could be making paper airplanes. If you get on ESPN doing it, well, all of a sudden the girls think it's pretty cool.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you for making me feel better about that.
Did you get girls?
No.
For music? No?
No, I got my wife. That's all that matters.
But when did you start dating her? I know you said in college, but freshman year?
Senior year.
Okay, you had 3 years of playing music.
Yeah.
And music didn't get you any.
3 years of no game, bro.
I felt that. No, I did. And so, do you play? Is it a cover band?
Yeah, we would write some stuff. We actually put out some records, but it was, when we would play in bars, nobody wanted to hear our shit.
Same name, Below the Line?
Yeah.
Why change it? It's a cool name.
It's a cool name.
It's still a cool name.
Yeah.
And then after college, was there a point where you had to break the band up again?
Once I got here, it was kind of and it wasn't even like a break up a band thing. It was like, I'm moving out here and I'm doing this. I probably got to find guys, in Nashville that are here doing it and all that stuff.
What triggered the move here? Like what specifically?
I just knew I had to do it. I gave myself like one last chance at a real job. I interned Anheuser-Busch junior year of college up in New York doing like wholesaling stuff.
What do you mean? Like what do you do day to day there?
Nothing. Absolutely nothing. The people that work there do something.
But you
they didn't need me.
Yeah.
And the first day I sat down at my desk and I started writing songs and I was like, I'm going to ride out the summer and do the whole New York thing. But I knew then. Had to be in Nashville.
Any music up in New York at all? Did you like go to any little?
No. Yeah, I went to Stapleton at Jones Beach.
But did you play like any bars or anything in New York?
Oh no, nobody would let me.
Different environment.
Yeah, and I just like, well, who was going to let me play at their bar? It's like I had nothing to show.
So you move from New York to Nashville, or do you go back to North Carolina for a second? Or for a year, I guess, don't you?
Yeah, I had one more year in Chapel Hill.
Got it.
And then moved to Nashville like 2 weeks after I graduated.
Dang. Is that exciting or scary or both? Which one won? More excitement or more scared?
More excitement. But, I mean, the best part was like my friends were all applying to jobs back half of senior year, and I didn't have to do anything. It was awesome.
What do your parents say about this? Because as you know, now especially, this is not the most stable of jobs.
Yeah.
What do your parents say to you whenever it's like, hey, I just did 4 years of school. I just graduated. All right, time to go and hopefully make some tips.
Dude, they were just as pumped as I was. And they knew that I was going to do it, but they've been so behind this since 8th grade. Since my dad bought me a PA system and let us practice in the garage.
You have siblings?
2 older brothers.
Yeah, you mentioned brothers, so you have 2.
Uh-huh.
And you're the baby.
Yeah, so they're 7 and 9 years older.
Are they musical?
They like music.
Yeah. So they don't play music or sing?
No, they were both really good athletes. My middle brother walked on the basketball team at Carolina.
Wow.
Which was sick. And then my oldest brother.
He got on the team as a walk-on?
Oh, yeah.
Wow. I mean, you have to be really good.
I know.
Like legit.
He was on it 2011 and 2012. So the year Kendall Marshall gets cheap shotted by Creighton in the second round of the NCAA tournament. That was his senior year.
You had all the inside information.
I know. It was sick.
That's the coolest thing.
And I got the hand-me-down, like, Carolina Jordan brand shoes for high school games. Yeah, still didn't get girls.
That's awesome. And still didn't get girls. Man.
That's amazing.
Why'd your current wife like you?
Yeah.
Familiarity from high school?
You might need to ask her. Yeah, familiarity.
But it's like, I know you're downplaying a little bit. You're a tall, good-looking guy with talent. But what do you think it was about you that got her?
I mean, I think I'm a pretty good guy,
Yeah.
And we really did know each other so well. And I always, we didn't date up until college, but she was always like, if I could get her, then I would drop whatever I'm doing and be with her.
You always thought that?
I always felt that way.
Did you try to keep the friendship up, hoping for a little crack in the dam? Like, did she have boyfriends?
She did.
And you would just like be a good friend.
Yeah.
But you'd be there just, I felt that.
You need to ride anywhere, that kind of guy.
I got you. The problem with that is sometimes you get too close and they only see you as a friend.
Exactly. Yeah. It was the transition from friend to where we are now. It took a little bit.
Man, good for you.
Yeah, thanks, man.
You got the goal.
I know.
When did she move out here?
She was 6 months after me. She moved out here, got a job doing commercial real estate marketing. And, yeah.
That's cool. Not creative, not in the creative industry at all, which is awesome.
It's very nice to...
It's some balance.
Yeah.
So you don't freaking go crazy over things that sometimes matter, sometimes don't matter at all. But she, like my wife, she's not in the creative world. So she can slap me sometimes and be like, this is not important.
Yeah.
You're putting way too much of like your creative, your emotional inventory in something that's not going to affect anything tomorrow.
Dude, I need an absolute ass kicking weekly. And she gives it to me. It's great.
What do you find when you move to Nashville? What's the experience? Was it like when you were an athlete and you started to play the other school and you're like, wow, these guys are really good?
Yeah.
Did that happen here?
I mean, I thought, because I'd gotten pretty good at playing in bars and I was, good at entertaining a crowd and all that stuff. But you move out here and it is just, it's going from high school to the NBA. But at the same time, everybody's so nice. Everybody is very welcoming out here. That whole, family and Nashville community.
Yeah.
And you find people that, give you advice, take you under their wing, give you opportunities, let you play somewhere. That really exists in Nashville, I think, in a way that it, probably doesn't exist in a whole lot of other places.
I agree. It doesn't exist like that in LA
No.
or New York.
Yeah.
You have to know somebody, and here you can get to know somebody, and they will help you out. Big
Absolutely.
difference.
Yeah.
Having to know somebody and having the ability to get to know somebody, and they can help you out. Where's the first place you played in town?
I played at a Wrangler pop-up shop during CMA Fest, like right off of, was it a second or third? But I knew a guy because Wrangler's from Greensboro, which is, a town over from where I'm from. And he just gave me a slot at this Wrangler pop-up shop. And it was like I was playing CMA Fest in Nashville. It was the coolest thing in the world.
How did you feel like it went?
I mean, okay, not everybody left. Some people left. But Victoria Shaw was somebody who I knew before I moved to town. And she came out to that show and, I think saw a little bit of something in my performance or whatever. Taylor Phillips played after me at that thing, and he was a really nice guy. So it was a cool first Nashville thing.
I think when people move to town, myself included, you have those people that move to town around the same time. It's kind of like your class.
Yeah.
And with me, it was like Dan and Shay. I knew them way early. It was, 4 or 5 different people that I think of when I moved here. They also were here, and we all started to kind of bubble around the same time. That would be like the class. Who is that class for you that also was getting their feet wet in Nashville?
Yeah, so it was sort of 2 different waves for me. I had my move here and play on Broadway sort of, couple years. And then once COVID hit, and I got asked to be in that 615 House project, that's when I kind of found my class of other artists, Alexander Kay, Thomas Mack, Tiger Lily, Chris Rudiger, Ashley Cook, Priscilla. That was kind of when I met that class of people.
Yeah, I like a lot of folks. I guess I discovered you on TikTok, but I don't really think of you as the TikTok guy anymore, which is a great thing to graduate from. It's a big part of your history, but until you said that, I forgot that was a part. The house thing was a part of it, and that was a big deal. That'd have been weird because you weren't living there, right? You were going and working out of there, right?
We were working out of there, a couple times a week,
Yeah.
making content, getting to know each other, and it was still kind of COVID, so you couldn't really do anything.
Sure.
But we could meet up at this house. And
whose idea was that?
It was Chris and Ashley. They came up with the idea.
Ashley Cook. And
Yep.
Chris who?
Chris Rudiger.
Okay.
So they really came up with it. They spearheaded the whole thing, found the house. And
Who paid for the house?
I think they let us use it for free, maybe.
The house people did?
Yeah, because it was a wedding venue. They weren't having weddings.
Surely you had to give them something.
Well, I think shout outs and content. I guess I wish
somebody let me live in a house for shout outs. That'd be the greatest rent ever.
This was Chris Rudiger negotiation skills.
Wow.
He's the one to ask there.
And what did you find amongst that group? Like-minded, fresh-minded Nashvillians kind of finding their place?
Yeah, we all kind of had the same mindset of we didn't really have anything going on, or a whole lot going on before this. Now we have this, and now we have this tool that we can build fans and try to make something going for ourselves.
Yeah, you guys embraced that way early.
Yeah.
And I think, there has been that wave of TikTok artists has gone from awesome to, I don't know, to now it has to be. It had different faces, right?
Yeah.
And now it's not even cheesy or corny, which it was for a minute. But before that, it was just cool because it's how you found, again, it's had all these different iterations of what people feel about TikTok artists. I compare it to people on American Idol or The Voice.
Yeah.
That was that. Same thing. But now TikTok is, if you don't have a TikTok follow, you just don't get signed.
Yeah. Because you realize it's not just numbers. And the whole time through any of it, I think myself and a lot of others saw it as these are actually real people that are paying attention to us, and they're going to listen to our music, and now they're showing up to shows. And so it's you can equate it to followings or whatever, any of that stuff, but it's you have fans. If you have a TikTok following that actually likes your music and that is translating, then you have a foundation for something pretty special.
You have any videos you regret that you did?
Bro. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Absolutely. There's one, I forget when this trend was. But it's me and my wife were standing in the bathroom, and it's you flick the light on with the beat, and the light turns off and it turns on, and I'm wearing her clothes and she's wearing mine. And like, it was kind of weird how comfortable that elastic
and how good
skirt was.
Yeah,
Yeah.
how good it made you feel. Yeah, I felt that.
Yeah.
I'm wearing panties right now, but it's a whole different story.
It's free, man.
What about in that house? Did you guys write together? Or was it creating content just mostly, like going in and
yeah, more creating
collabing?
content. Yeah, I mean, we wrote together some, but it was mostly just creating content. We all kind of had like our people we wrote with, and we kind of just kept that as, you know, the TikTok stuff.
You're able to keep it a line there, huh?
Say it again?
You're able to keep it like a line between, you know, this is my TikTok group and I'm going to write with other people.
Yeah, for sure.
Who kind of popped out first? Was it Priscilla?
Priscilla was the first one. And I mean, golly, what a freaking pop that was. It was so awesome to watch.
That was my question. Any jealousy amongst the group? Was that ever, and I'm not asking you for names, but was it ever like a bit political, a bit, I don't know, you know, when some people start to pop, some people get jealous.
It was more, I think for everybody, like, look at how big she is popping. I mean, look at all that is doing now for us. You know, there's hope for us to pop like that too. Because you didn't even know it was possible until she did that. And then like Janakis did his with Gone Too Soon. And it just was kind of reaching this different level of like song consumption. It was like, oh, this isn't just a little app anymore. This is like a major player in the music business.
Did you have a song or any musical content that you did that early on hit really hard that gave you some confidence that people like you?
There were some viral videos, and like that was cool, but they were all kind of like cheeky stuff a little bit. It was when I had a song called New Normal. That was like my first viral song on TikTok. And that was really the first, like, holy shit, I just got 75,000 Spotify streams in a day. And like,
really,
it's on an
see it
iTunes chart.
directly?
Yeah.
Yeah. Would you worry, because you're funny, would you worry that sometimes people would just see the funny part of you and not understand that you're also a serious artist?
No, because all of it, even like the goofy stuff, it all had a purpose in my mind of like getting more eyes on me, keeping me, you know, I guess, quote unquote, relevant until like my next song popped off or whatever. And I mean, sure, you worry about, you know, are they ever going to see past like a mashup video or something? But at the same time, it's done way more good for me than bad. So can't really worry about it.
How consistent are you now on TikTok?
About every day.
Still?
Yeah.
It's such a tool. Like me.
Yeah.
We're both tools. Not you.
Come on, Bobby.
TikTok. You know, for me, TikTok has been interesting because there's content that I used to do really well. And then all of a sudden that content wouldn't do so well anymore. And then I just, you know, I felt like I was guessing. And then I was like, screw it. I don't want to guess anymore. I got with the idea of, I just don't care. I'm just going to put up stuff that I like.
Yeah.
And that has actually helped. That's been the best thing for me because I don't need a lot of the stuff on TikTok now, no production, no editing. I just get up and hit the button and talk.
Mm-hmm.
Which who would have known what I got successful doing is actually what I should do on TikTok.
Yeah.
And like, I was like, you know, I'm just going to tell stories about my life in Nashville and country music and artist stories. And yeah, I have a good little bag of those now and some insight. And so the first one I did, it was about Garth. And I was like, maybe it was like an hour later, 500,000. And I was like, I wonder if I hit a weird algorithm. Maybe all G words were getting a lot of, and me not figuring out TikTok has been the greatest way to figure out TikTok.
Of course.
Do you go through those where you're like, okay, well now it doesn't seem like this is working as much anymore. I need to shift it. Like, what is your process?
Just like battling through the valleys a little bit and just, you know, keeping consistent with it. But, you know, yours popped off, I think, because nobody else was doing that. You know, and anytime I've had something really do well, whether it's a concept or like a song or something, it's kind of because it's just a little bit different than, you know, anything else out there, whether it's like an EDM country song or whether it's a 3-minute mashup video. It's all just like, you know, you think about people scrolling, they're going to stop on something that's like, oh, wait, what's that? You know, I haven't seen that before.
Did you feel like, because again, I got into the bad habit of it's got to be the more production, the better. And I'm going to be like, man, I'm going to get Reed. I got this. I'm going to send it to Reed. That's Reed. I'd be like, Reed, put this edit on there. Do that. And we would work tirelessly on it. Because I would be like, the slicker it is. And we'd spend all this time on it. And it'd be fine. 20,000.
Yeah.
Be fine. But then it's like, I'm going to cut off looking at the camera, telling a 3-minute story that doesn't even always make sense. And I just posted, like I posted one this morning. I haven't looked, I've had no time, so I haven't looked at it to see if it had any results. So I posted it. Let's see what I got here. Okay, almost 40,000. I did like two hours ago. I haven't even looked at it. It was the most trouble and the dumbest trouble I've ever been in. I literally did nothing except got fined $1 million by the FCC. One of the guys on the show went to jail for a bit we did, but the stupidest controversy was we did a song that we wrote and everybody got upset about it. And it was it. The one before that, who was the smartest people in country music? 400,000 views.
Yeah.
I haven't looked at that till right now.
Who are the smartest people in country music?
Thanks for asking. So this is where I started to get some, which is going to lead me to my next question for you. I started to get some feedback that wasn't pleasurable to read.
Yeah.
Which is just hate mail or hate DMs. And I'm okay with that. I've been getting them my whole life. But I said, hey, these are the 3 people that I would consider the smartest people that I've been around in country music based on my personal experiences. And so I listed them out. And I listed on there.
I didn't get tagged, so I don't think I was
You did
on there.
not. No, you were 4th.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Final Four's fine.
Yeah, 4th. It was Dirk Bentley, because every time I'm with him, he is reading a extremely thick book that is like the 50 laws of this or the 40 rules of, like, he loves reading books.
I didn't know that.
Massive book nerd.
Yeah.
Awesome, right? But he doesn't really put that out there, but that's, I know Dirk's a little bit. That guy loves to consume literature. It's crazy. Matt Stell, who plays, I'm just a country boy. Which side of the corn do I eat? However, went and got his master's, and then was accepted into med school. But
Really?
But the guy, what do you want to talk about? You want to talk about political theory? Do you want to talk about medicine? His mom was a superintendent. He's brilliant.
Dude.
Exactly.
No idea.
Exactly. So I said Matt Stell, and then I said, for a different reason, Clint Black, because anytime, if it's on the show or off the show that I've been around Clint, if you're not ready, he will take his sword of jokes and carve you up. You have got to be ready to get in with Clint Black because he is quick. And so I mentioned that, whatever. So video did fine, did pretty well, actually, almost 500,000 views. And people were like, well, classic, you don't think any women are smart. Okay, here's the thing. I didn't even respond to it. What women am I around all the time? It's not like me and a married woman who's an artist ever just hang out. I hang out with Matt Stell or Dirks or see Clint Black. I'm not around with a bunch of married women just chatting it up. That's not normal. I know Dolly a little bit. I'd put her on there for sure, but that's an easy one. But it's like I'm around other dudes more than hanging out with dudes more than I am women.
Of course.
But people on TikTok are kind of dicks. Some of them are, not all. But you have to deal with that too at times. Do the haters get you down, or have they got you down?
Every once in a while. Because, everybody's human. You just kind of have those days that, like, one comment will just get to you. But most of the time, it's like, dude, they're not going to like you whether you do something they want or not.
And you know what? Most people are actually really cool. Most are.
Most really are.
It's just that fringe 1 to 3% that I got community guidelined because I was talking about this. You ever been community guidelined?
No.
You don't want to go to that part of town.
That sounds.
They took my video down.
Rough,
I got
man.
a big black mark on my TikTok that says community guideline. We pulled your video down.
Kind of outlaw, though.
Exactly. I'm the bad boy at TikTok. Some dude had written something in a comment. It wasn't good. And I just posted the comment and talked about it. And I said, I don't have one friend that's happy in their life that goes on anyone's social media and says mean stuff.
Yeah.
I wasn't even attacking him. I was thinking about this. Like, why would someone write this? And I started to think of my most fulfilled, happy friends. And no one's happy all the time, but really, like, people that, like, I look at their life and it's like, oh, they have a healthy balance. They're not always right on. Nobody is, but they kind of get it.
Yeah.
Like, they know what makes them happy, what to pursue. None of them go and write mean things on people's Instagrams, TikToks, Facebooks.
Bro, the saddest people I know don't even do that.
And I'm just saying that. And that person went and reported me, said I threatened them, and they community guidelined me.
Nice.
And that person,
find out who it is,
here's
man.
the twist. It was you.
Yeah. We go.
There's the twist.
Notice me, Bobby.
What's happening with you now musically? Because I feel like you had, when I was watching you, like, it was a rocket ship, and I know you've had people come to you and offer you things. I know for a while you were doing your own thing because you wanted to be real strategic about who you partnered with. Where are you now in that?
Still, I'm still independent on the label side. Victoria Shaw and I own this label together, and we've been doing that for years. I've got Killer Management, Make Wake.
Have the label deals not been to where you feel like they're advantageous to you based on where you are in your career?
Yes, and we also haven't really opened those floodgates yet. Not that there are people hammering down our door every single day.
But I know there are people that want you. I've heard people talk about it. But if the deal's not right, especially when you've created your own audience, your own fan base, why would you take a deal that wasn't advantageous to your career?
Exactly. And for me, it's never been like, I don't want a deal ever. I want to be independent forever, all that stuff. I don't want to be. But it's got to be the right thing. And it's got to be something that puts me in a better position than I'm in now. And you can just you can do a lot on your own now. And until somebody wants to come in and really, take it to that next level without taking everything from you. Not that those are the deals we've been offered, but.
I will make you a deal. I'll offer you a deal, but I get to take everything from you.
Can I hang out at your house?
Yeah, you can. Yeah,
okay.
You can.
Sweet.
I was looking at some ticket data. I think I saw that you'd sold like 80 or 90,000 tickets. Dude, that's crazy. And I may not even be right with that number, but that's a lot of freaking tickets.
It's a lot.
That's why you don't sign a record deal unless they're giving you a great reason to.
Yeah, because we're building something that people want to come see live. And for me, the live show, that's always been like the most important part of it. And we're getting to do that. And year after year, it's growing. We're not at 5,000 tickets a show yet, but we've gone from 250 to 500 to 800 to 1,000.
You can sell hard tickets.
Yeah.
That is the greatest compliment, even though it's a tangible thing that you can give to an artist is that, hey man, congrats, you can sell hard tickets.
Yeah. Because
there are a lot of artists that have 1, 2, 3 hits, but the hits, and it's money, but they're so generic that there's no attachment of the person to them. So they do not sell hard tickets.
Yeah.
So I was looking at some of your stuff. You sell hard tickets. That's
crazy,
awesome.
Man. I don't know why they show up, but they do.
Were you surprised? When was the first time you put up a show that you were the headliner? And were you nervous about that?
Our first tour was me, Thomas, and AK. We co-headlined.
Okay. Were you worried if anybody would come?
We had no idea. We had never, I'm pretty sure this was the case with the other two. I had never done a hard ticket show. Mine was either play Broadway, play Tin Roof in Charlotte from 10 to 2. Like, those are the only shows I've done.
There will be people already there, or hopefully there will be people that stop by.
Yeah, and I remember the second show on that tour was we played in Louisville, Kentucky at this rock club. Like, it was not a natural crowd, country place. It was a rock club. And 500 people showed up to see us three play our own freaking songs.
That's crazy.
And it was insane. I mean, we were hoping to maybe average 100 tickets a night, and we had some 500s in there. I think we had one that was like 800 somewhere in Michigan. And so that was really cool. And then I did my first, sole headline tour the year after that, and was the same thing. It's just like people are showing up, and they know the shit.
Yeah. Yeah, that's how you sell hard tickets, because they know you and they know your music.
Yeah.
Do you ever go into your not your DMs, but like your super DMs from people that aren't your people that you follow? I forget what they're called.
Like
you're gonna know better than I do. Requests. Do you ever go into your requests on Instagram?
No, I do not.
It's a swampy.
I think I got scared one time.
It's a swampy place. Don't go over there.
Yeah.
Do you ever get on Facebook?
Oh, Facebook. I love Facebook, but in terms of like Facebook messages,
yeah,
there are so many more scammers on Facebook than anywhere else that like I feel like 10 million Cooper Allens have reached out to so many people on Facebook that I've gotten enough like people to message me back like, yo, I got scammed. Can you do something about it?
That sucks.
Which sucks.
Yeah.
I wish they would do something about that.
And I think they try, but what do you do when they're being farmed out 10,000 at a time coming up every day? I got one last night that said that my sister had messaged them, wanted to give them like some tickets or something. And I was like, my sister's not messaging anybody.
Yeah.
Like they do sisters, managers.
And they make it sound and look very, very real.
Once
I see how people can fall for it.
Yeah, I fell for it on my own. I was like, Bobby wants to work with me? That's crazy. Here's $1,000. How often do you write?
Every day I'm in town, pretty much. So like, it'll usually end up being 2 to 4 days a week.
Do you ever write by yourself?
I'll start stuff by myself, but I really, really like the co-writing process. And like for me, I'm so like, maybe it's because I'm type A while also doing creative stuff, but like I like going to a writing appointment and writing from, 10 or 11 to 3 or 4, and then I try to kind of back off of it after that.
Written anything good lately that you're just like, man, this song?
Nah, all shit. I've got some stuff that I feel really good
Like,
about.
there's a difference in a good song, or maybe it's a song and something you're like, oh, I need to send this to people right now because I love it so much.
Yeah.
I mean, you yourself. Have you had any of those moments with songs in the past few weeks?
Dude, there are a handful. I'd say like 4 or 5 that, at least to me, are like, this feels so me, and it feels like something that will really hit people in a big way. And, you know, half the time when you think that, they just flop or whatever. But we got a good batch of songs.
And so with Take Forever, are you guys still on that train?
I mean,
or are you on to something else?
we're kind of moving to the next thing. You know, whenever that next big thing will come out. I mean, I'm going to show up to a wedding this year and do the Take Forever thing. You know, obviously we play it live all the time. I push stuff on socials, but
I guess I ask because if I were going to like highlight one of your songs in like the National Countdown or something, what song would you want me to do?
Well, if you did that, then I'd give you a big hug, man.
No, I like you, and I think you're really good. I'm going to do that, and I was just finding a back way to ask you, like, are you still on this song? And then randomly you'd get a message going, hey, Bobby's gonna, but now we've ruined that because you've killed the surprise. Like, or do you want me to just wait until you put something else out?
Dude, I mean, I think Take Forever would crush on that. Yeah, that'd be sick. And I could tell my wife. I'd be like, remember what we did.
Mike, let's do that.
I got it.
Dude.
We'll put it on the yeah. So we're going to feature it on the National Countdown.
Thank you, man.
You're welcome.
That's sick.
You're welcome, man.
Damn.
What's okay?
I'll take you out to play McCabe sometime. You and me.
See, you're too much. You're too much. What's next? You have more music that you haven't released yet that you're ready to release, or are you still working on what's next?
We've got about 3 or 4 that I kind of want to package together, probably put out sometime this summer. And then the goal is kind of moving towards my first full-length project, which I think will likely come beginning of next year. So we're kind of in that mode for the rest of the year.
How many songs do you have fully recorded and produced that if you died today, they'd be able to still put out in your honor?
That are unreleased, fully produced, like 15, 20.
And would you prefer them to be released as one batch, like the Cooper Death Tape? Or would you like me to dribble them out slowly?
I would I want to know what's about to happen here. Because
getting very specific.
Sounds a little ominous.
Hey, I'm just asking. I would prefer mine to be dribbled out with the idea of I might not be dead.
That's true. Yeah.
Like, don't believe the rumors. I just need like 1 or 2 people to be conspiracy theorists that I've set up ahead of time.
Yeah.
Be like, no, he's not that got another song. That way it keeps it alive.
Yeah, you're just somewhere with Pac, man.
Amen.
Amen.
Dude, I'm glad you came over. If you want, I can either wait. I'll do Take Forever. Mike, let's do Take Forever.
Okay, got it.
That'd be sick.
But then when you put out new stuff, let us know. And if it's good, we'll do some stuff with it. We'll play it.
Well, the cool thing is I know where you live.
We'll get it. This is just a temporary.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I buy a new house every day and move from it.
Yeah, you build pickleball courts just on the daily.
Hey, I'm almost done with that. It's taking like 2.5 months.
That thing looks sick.
Wait till it's done. It's going to have a real net and everything.
Damn.
I know.
Are you building like grandstands?
Now I am.
There you go.
Didn't think about that until right now. We'll have little things on the sides. We're pretty. You play
the Cooper
pickleball?
Allen grandstand.
No, we're not. If you die, you got it. If you die and I release your music, I will name the grandstands after you.
This is starting to sound awesome.
Good deal. You play pickleball?
I do.
It's good, right?
Oh, it's great, man.
Yeah.
I blew my back out a couple weeks ago.
You can't blow something out. You are too young to blow something out.
I know. I've got a narrow disc, and my muscles are like pushing on a nerve there. So I'm off I swim laps now for the next like month.
So no pickleball for a while?
I'm off pickleball for a little bit. And golf and everything. It's a shame.
I tore my rotator cuff in 2 places. I've not played a round of golf, I think since we played.
Damn.
Which has been maybe a couple times since we played. But I haven't played really at all because I just killed my shoulder. But
Didn't they say isn't that the most like painful, one of the most painful tears like that in Achilles?
I think Achilles is far worse. I had 2 small tears. It was from throwing over and over and over again. So I could act all tough, but I'm not.
Really?
It hurt.
Were you doing pitching practice or something? What were you throwing?
We were working out. So it started. We worked out with Florida State softball team.
Sick.
And I was in full catcher's gear, timing myself throwing with their team, seeing if I could throw runners out. So over and over again. And I hadn't thrown in months before that. And then went to Oklahoma State and worked out with their softball team and their baseball team. And I was like, something ain't right. And then I went to work out with Arkansas. And when I did that, I was like, it's dead. And so I went to the doctor, and he's like, you've torn your rotator cuff in 2 places. Damn. Luckily, my labrum was perfect.
Has Cal invited you out to a basketball practice?
They haven't practiced. They just had their first team meeting.
Wow. Well, they finally just got a team.
They finally filled the roster.
That's a great roster.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You took 2 transfers that I wanted.
It better be for the amount of money we were paying for it.
Yeah.
You know, and for him. But no, they haven't practiced yet.
Yeah.
So, listen, I'm not used to being the villain. Meaning, Arkansas is at times spurty, really good. Spurty. Like, we have spurts of being really good. I'm not used to being the villain that has the big coach, the best players. We're spending. I don't know how I'm gonna do. I don't know if I'm gonna like it or not. I think maybe if we win, that'll just cure everything. But it's a little weird to me to not be the underdog.
The loss has become a hell of a lot worse. Just being a Carolina fan my whole life. Like, if we lose, it is awful. If you win, it's cool. But it's not as cool as losing is bad.
I hear you. I feel that way now, but with a bad team. So I'm always miserable. Yeah.
Same.
Cooper, good to see you, buddy.
Thank you, bro. Good to see you.
So, when you get ready for the new music, let us know as well. Let's just do it up. I'm big on the Cooper team. I'm Cooper Allen. Let's go. TikTok, Cooper Allen 1. What's up? You can't get Cooper Allen now, even after your TikTok fame?
Yeah, dude. Cooper Allen was never available. It's a shame. But number one.
Number 1, yeah. Instagram, Cooper Allen Music, and then CooperAllenMusic.com. I'm proud for you, man. You're really, like, you got a little knife and you're just cutting your way through. And you're not taking – you could have taken other things and, like, you know what you are as an artist. You're selling tickets. You're streaming. It's crazy. Congratulations on everything. I know at times it can be hard doing it by yourself, but better to do it by yourself and do it right than to take some bad deal and set yourself back.
Dude, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for saying that. Thanks for believing. And, you know,
That's
people
really
like
cool.
you that do your own thing your own way, it's inspirational to people like me.
Don't
so
be
thank
inspired by me. God, don't.
I just hope you don't change the gate code.
If you have the gate code, I'm about to be pissed. Just kidding. All right, Cooper Allen, everybody. Good to see you, buddy.